This is a $500 camera, and this is a $5,000 camera. With that kind of price difference, can you really tell the difference though? Let's find out. Hello everyone and welcome back. Today I'm over in the University of Sydney shooting some sponsored photos in the old English architecture kind of thing. For the majority of today's video, I'm going to be staying around here. I decided to make it a little bit more interesting. Today I'm going to be playing with something very old and also very new. On this hand, this is a Canon EOS 760D, a slightly premium entry-level camera released all the way a little bit over 9 years ago. All the modern features, yes, but really nothing special by today's standard. Touchscreen, flip screen, Wi-Fi, I think so. But nothing really special could be found for around $503 on eBay if you're lucky. This is a Canon EOS R5 released a few years back and is Canon's flagship camera. Extremely high resolution, all the modern features you could hope for, and pretty much the best thing on the market if you're looking for Canon. This costs around $5,500 today, maybe a little bit less if you could find a better deal. With this kind of price difference, I don't know if you can actually see the difference at first glance. However, for myself, I think I can because I've been using this thing for quite a while. To level the playing field just that little bit, I'll be using the exact same tripod, exact same lighting equipment, exact same flashes and all that for all the photos I'm going to take today. Essentially, you're going to be only seeing the difference between the lens and the camera. I hope to make this as close as possible because sometimes with stacking stuff you really can't do that. I'll also only be showing you the finished edits because all of this does kind of depend on my editing skills. All of this will be shown on screen, so camera A, camera B, so on and so on, and I hope you can differentiate and tell me which one is the R5. Hopefully you're not wrong. So in a nutshell, camera A is going to be the same camera throughout the video, camera B is going to be the same camera throughout the video, blah blah, so on and so on. Without further ado, let's go for our first shot. Alright, we have the first shot of the day set up. Now this is a relatively simple shot, more of a relying on the color and the lighting kind of setup. Hopefully it looks alright in post, but I'm not too sure on the back of the camera screen. It's relatively not so busy today, thankfully, but there are some tourists around, some with really bright clothing, so I'll have to clone those out. Hopefully both photos look pretty much the same, so it gives this thing a fighting chance. But yeah, either way, let's take a look at what I'm using. On the R5, I'm using the 15-35 at f4, shooting a horizontal composition with one light on top of the camera, one light over there providing the main light source for the face, and two flashes as supporting lights to the side. So these are not the main light sources, but instead highlighting the entire outline of its figure, highlighting the darker edges of the entire thing, giving it a little bit more pop against the shadows. Now, I'm going to show both these photos on screen and see if you can differentiate which one's the R5. Let's take a look at the shots. Between camera A and camera B, which one do you think is the R5? I'll reveal that in the end of the video. Alright, with the first shot out of the way, everything seems relatively okay. Unfortunately, as of usual with my videos, some miscalculations. One place I want to go to, which is one of the main exits of this building, is actually closed off for the weekend. Now that place has this kind of hallway kind of thing in there. I shot it in my first video ever, the photo's right up here, and it looks really good. Unfortunately, that means I can't use that place and I'll have to find something else for the other outfit. I'm not too worried because outside the quadrangle building or maybe outside of that direction could work. I'm not sure if it's going to rain though, that's the main issue. Hopefully it goes all right and I can just continue shooting. I might pack all of this up and head outside to see how it goes. Let's go. All right, we walked around the corner and here we are at one of the main gates for the quadrangle building. Now, supposedly speaking, this was actually directly accessible from the door behind me. So we could have just gone around the corner and right out here instead of just around the entire building. But unfortunately, as I said earlier, it's closed, so no go on that. I'll see if I can shoot anything on this road right here and maybe do a 50 or 70mm more compressed shot along the stairs, but I'm not too sure with the wind because it is a little bit aggressive and the clouds are closing in very quickly. Hopefully I can actually do the shot before it starts raining, but with this kind of wind, I'm a bit concerned. Hopefully everything goes right and nothing falls over, so here we go, second shot. Here we have the second shot of the day set up, and I'm going to make this quick because it is actually raining. So unfortunately, I'm not going to be using the 760D for this shot. I'm just going to go with the R5 and that will be this one instead. Let's make this quick. 24-70 at 35mm. Originally, I wanted to do along that way instead. Unfortunately, that doesn't seem to be the case. This shot would work better and this angle seems to be okay. One flash over there and one flash behind everything. I'm shooting a horizontal composition with two lights providing the main lighting for the front. All right, let's take a look at the shot and I'm going to move in right now. All right, let's move in, pack up and head indoors. Okay, unfortunately, I couldn't do the 760D shot because, well, it started raining and I don't know if you can see it outside, it's raining quite badly. So no chance I'm going to risk everything getting wet. I mean, half of it's already wet, so it's actually pretty bad. Hopefully nothing's damaged, hopefully the doll stuff is okay. I think they're fine, camera's fine, everything's kind of like waterproof. It's just that this thing right here, the Pocket 3, this is the only thing I'm afraid that's gonna get damaged in the rain because it's actually not waterproof. Either way, I'm gonna stop rambling because I need to pack in all of these things and change out the clothes of this and go for the last shot. That one's fully indoors, so I definitely can do the 760D with that one. I hope I can do something with it and make it a little bit more special because this time I have more color control over the entire thing and I'm gonna shoot another pink outfit. Hopefully it's gonna be fine, so I'm gonna stay here, change out everything. Hopefully the rain dies out a little bit so we don't need an umbrella to go in. All right, time for change out. After walking a bit, I have arrived at the third and final spot for today. Now, some of you might recognize this as the first video, like the spiral staircase spot. I always wanted to come here and reattempt it, but never really found the correct outfit for it. Luckily, I have today. Speaking of outfits, a word from our sponsor.
Thank you for Doremi for sponsoring this video. Doremi is a clothes and accessories maker focusing on tailor-made doll outfits, ranging from Dollfie Dream to smart dolls and more. They also do custom outfits on request, so if you're interested in making your favorite character or OC, give them a heads up and tell them I sent you. Click the link in the description down below for their website or social media page, or scan the QR code on screen to check out their Instagram page. Support the people who support me, and now, on with the video.
Anyway, back to what I was saying. This place is inside the quad building still, and it's one of the more hidden away, tucked away places. Well, not really, but you wouldn't come here unless you knew what you were doing. I plan to repeat the same shot as last time, this one right here, and try and do some shooting downwards, but I don't have a fisheye. I instead just have a 15mm, maybe I'll use 20 or 24, see how it goes. All right, let's set up. Alright, here we have the last shot of the day set up. Took me 30 minutes, mainly because of the risk involved. Look at all of this. Yes, it's mainly stable, as you can see, but at the same time, any kind of wrong movement would doom the entire thing. I'm not just talking about a doll, I'm talking about the entire camera setup, because look at the tripods. If I move anything and it bumps, everything's gonna fall. Not exactly very great. But thankfully, there's no wind in this place because they didn't open the windows, which also means it's very hot. God damn, I'm sweating. Either way, 2 flashes on either side, supporting the light in the back, pushing the backlight and pushing the outline of the doll, as I mentioned in the first shot today. And the main light source is going to be these 2 lights in the front, pushing back on the windows because they're extremely bright. I'm using the 15-35 at 24mm, maybe F2.8 or 4, probably F4 honestly, a little bit more of the background, and shooting in horizontal composition downwards. And I forgot to mention as well, all the outfits I use today are sponsored by DJI, so go check them out in the link down in the description if you're interested. They also do custom stuff, they also do commissions for character stuff. So remember, if you're interested, go shoot them a message and tell them I sent you. Alright, let's take a look at both the shots from the 760D and the R5 and see if you can tell which one it is. Alright, camera A, camera B, can you tell which one it is? Answer at the end of the video. Okay, time for the big reveal. Was camera A the R5 or camera B the R5? Honestly, I think the answer is pretty obvious. It's camera B. Mainly because this thing is a little bit too old for its time. Yes, it still can do a lot of things. Yes, it still can take alright photos. But compared to this thing, this beast of a camera, no, it's not going to hold its own. Even with all the advantages I gave it, including the same set of tripods, the same set of lights, the same set of flashes, no, it just doesn't hold up. But of course, this is a $500 camera and this is 10 times the price. Of course, there's going to be some difference. However, to say that I didn't get some okay shots, acceptable shots with this would be a lie. It's still decent. I'd still say for what it is, acceptable. And if I could do what I could do with this, I think if some of you have a $1,000 camera or $2,000 camera, you could probably do the same. The main thing is lighting and editing. This thing's over here and it's not going anywhere. I am likely not going to replace it with anything cheaper, but it was a fun experiment to do. If you really only had access to a cheaper entry-level camera, yes, stacking is an option. More Photoshop magic is also an option, but those are relatively advanced techniques. For a camera of this age, I don't think you should be pushing it that much anymore. However, experiment more with it. It's fun to have a camera on hand no matter the price point. And yes, I still love this thing. Anyway, thank you for watching to the very end of this absolutely horrible and absolutely a mess of a video. Like and subscribe if you want more of this content, and I will see you in the next video. Lemon out.